Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the top part of the head. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having a hard time drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a cup, a bowl, or anything else with a circular edge. Below the circle, off to the left, make a small mark to indicate the lower edge of the head. Then connect the mark to the sides of the circle using curved lines to complete the guide for the lower half of the head. This line should be similar to a curved letter V. Don't draw this guide too far down below the circle or the head will be too long. Now draw a long vertical line across the entire head. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later on. Place this line closer to the left edge of the head. Near the middle of the head, draw a horizontal line for another construction guide. Curve the line so that it contours to the shape of the head. Make a small mark on the lower half of the vertical line to indicate where the nose will be. On top of the horizontal line, draw a small but wide arc as a guide for the first eye. Draw a line at the bottom to close off the shape of the arc. Pay attention to the distance between the eye and the vertical construction guide. To the left of the vertical construction guide, draw a thinner arc as a guide for the other eye. Draw a short line at the bottom to finish the shape of the eye. Under the head, on the right side, draw two lines as guides for the neck. Extend the left line farther to the left to indicate the shoulder. Extend the line on the right farther to the right and then curve it down as a guide for the other shoulder. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Darken the shapes of the eyes. Make sure that the eyes are in the correct position in relation to the construction guides before you darken them. The eye on the left should be smaller than the eye on the right because the head is slightly turned. Make the lines for the top part of the eyes extra thick for the eyelashes. First draw an extra curved line above the eyes and then shade in the space inside. The eye on the right should be bigger and wider than the eye on the left. On top of the eye on the left, draw 4 thin pointy shapes for the individual eyelashes. Make each eyelash thick at the bottom and thin and pointy at the top. The eyelashes should be horizontal on the left side and gradually turn to a vertical orientation near the middle. On top of the eye on the right, draw 4 more thin pointy shapes for the other eyelashes. Make the eyelashes on the right slightly bigger than the eyelashes on the left. Each individual eyelash should be thick at the bottom and thin and pointy at the top. Close to the top of each eye, draw a short horizontal line for the eyelids. It's okay to overlap the eyelashes as you draw the eyelids. Inside the eye on the left, draw a small circle for the iris. Place this iris close to the right edge of the eye. Inside the eye on the right, draw another small circle for the other iris. Place this iris close to the right edge of the eye too. Sketch the irises lightly at first, and when you get the position and shapes right, darken the lines. Inside each iris, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for highlights. Inside each iris, draw small circles and shade them in for the pupils. Don't overlap the tiny highlight circles as you shade the pupils. The irises and pupils should be big in relation to the eyes. Above the eye on the right, draw a thin curved shape for the first eyebrow. The left side of the eyebrow should be curved. The right side should be pointy and it should curve downward. Above the eye on the left, draw a shorter curved line for the other eyebrow. The eyebrow on the left should be a lot smaller than the eyebrow on the right. Draw a curved line along the vertical construction guide for the nose. Draw the line for the nose close to the right edge of the eye on the left. At the bottom, this line should curve to the left and then back to the right to form the tip of the nose. Use the initial lines as guides to help you determine the length of the nose. To the right, close to the edge of the initial circle, draw two tiny curved lines for the nostril. Below the nose, draw a curved line for the first part of the top lip. Add another curved line at the bottom to finish the shape of the top lip. Sketch lightly at first, and when you get the shape right, darken the lines. This thin shape should curve up on the right side. Make the left side of this shape curved and close off the shape on the right with a short line. Under the top lip, draw a couple more short curved lines for the lower lip. The line at the bottom should be wider for the lower edge of the bottom lip. The line in the middle should be small for the teeth. The shape of the bottom lip should be similar to a wide letter U. Sketch these lines lightly at first and only darken them when you get the shapes right. Draw a line along the left edge of the initial circle for the side of the head. At the bottom, curve the line to the left to create the cheek. Use the initial curved line at the bottom as a guide to finish the shape of the head. Darken the guide to create the chin and jaw. Curve the bottom part of the cheek slightly inward. Make the chin a little bit thinner than the initial guideline. Don't darken the right side of the guide all the way up. Draw a long sloping line across the forehead for the first part of the hair. The left side of this line should be outside of the head and the right side should overlap the eyebrow slightly. The left tip of this line should curve down. Angle the right side of the line to create a pointy tip. Above that, draw two lines to create another pointy clump of hair. The top clump of hair should be bigger than the bottom clump. On the top left side of the head, draw a long curved line for the front part of the hair. Pay attention to how far to the left this line curves. This line should almost connect to the pointy clumps of hair on the right side. At the top, draw another long curved line for more of the front part of the hair. Sketch the lines for the hair lightly at first and then darken them when you get the shapes right. Add a couple of short lines in the middle to emphasize the shape of the hair. Starting on the right side of the eyes, draw a long curved line for the side of the hair. This line should curve to the right and then curve back down toward the shoulder. To the right, draw another line that curves the same way for more of the hair. Both of these lines should end at the shoulder. Add a couple of curved lines at the bottom to make the hair wavier. On the left side of the head, draw a long curved line for the other side of the hair. This line should be wavy, and at the bottom it should end at the other shoulder. Starting at the top, draw a very long curved line for the rest of the hair. At the top, this line should follow the basic curvature of the head, and at the bottom it should slope down and to the right. Sketch lightly at first, and when you get the shape right, darken the line. Add a couple of short angled lines on the lower half for clumps of hair. On the right side of the head, draw a couple of short curved lines to finish the hair. Below that, draw another short curved line for the ear. Now darken the lines at the bottom to create the neck and shoulders. Curve the lines a bit more as you darken them. Draw a short curved line under the neck for the collarbone. Now go over the final lines with a pen, a marker, or any other type of permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video won't be too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. And now color your drawing. Use red for the hair, the eyebrows, and the lips. Color the skin peach and the eyes blue. And that's it for Ariel. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit EasyDrawingTutorials.com, where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. Also subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.